85% of people prefer text over email and phone calls because they want to engage in a conversation. All text messaging is not equal. Customers respond to people, not bots. Be more like people and start having conversations that end in conversions. Use Scipio.
Support for Steal This Idea is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. They obsess over their technology developments to provide you the best tools for your grooming experience. I gave Andre a red line before we started, which is a energy drink that I was introduced to. You'd never seen a red line before, right?
No. Well, I had heard of it, though, because I think Redline owns...
I think they own Bang.
Yeah, exactly.
So back in the day, I used to sell cell phones at a T-Mobile kiosk in the mall, if you can believe that.
A job a lot of people that I know have had.
Really?
Yeah.
Horrible. The worst
Really?
job. Well, because, especially at that time, was one of those jobs where you're really trying to fish people over.
Yeah.
And I had a boss who was so eccentric. Like somebody walked by with a Gap bag, and he'd be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
Gap, you know what Gap stands for? Get a phone." You know?
Right. Did you come up with these little puns and rhymes, or
No,
did somebody
that
else?
was him.
Okay.
That was my manager. And he did this thing when we were bored. He would, this is a fun little way to make yourself less bored when you're like people watching.
Yeah.
As people are walking, you go, "Ba, ba, ba, na, ba, na, ba, 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 na," but to the beat of them walking.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty fun.
That is sound fun.
Anyway, every once in a while, his manager would come in town. He was this really intimidating guy.
Yeah.
And
As the manager of the manager should.
yes, he was, and it's the biggest douche you've ever seen. Anyway, he would be like, "All right, this guy's the boss is in town. Everyone's slamming red lines." So he'd walk over to GNC, which is where you could only used to get them.
Yeah.
And we'd all crack open red lines and just be jittery because it's like 500 grams of.
Selling phones and shaking.
Honestly, though,
The manager's like, "Is this a bunch of like addicts?"
well, that's what's funny is that I mean, at the time, I mean, because I imagine a red line is not too much different from a Bang.
I don't think so.
But
at the time,
at the time, it was like
this
you would never have 350 milligrams of
Yeah.
caffeine. But it's like,
Here we are.
here we are. I guess we could do a podcast now.
Let's do it.
You're a thief and a liar.
I only lied about being a thief.
Steal.
Lie.
We're gonna steal the ship.
Commandant, Lord Lieutenant.
An idea that is fully formed, fully understood, that sticks.
Will someone like you to steal?
Ideas are bulletproof.
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
Steal This Idea.
Hello again, thieves.
We're back.
Back at it. We got a good episode today.
Remind me what this podcast is all about.
You know what, Andre? I'm glad you asked because we here at Steal This Idea are the only podcast, the only one that exists where every week we give all of our listeners who we call thieves.
That's right.
We give you genius business ideas every week to steal. Sometimes they're worth, $1,000 business idea, but usually they're, I'd say, at least worth $1 million.
Definitely.
And we encourage you guys to steal them. And
That's still this idea.
That's still this idea. We also do product reviews, which, good idea, bad idea, which we're about to do. Sometimes we kind of mix it up as best we can. We'll be hop into the mailbag today. We got some cool feedback. But yeah, I think we just hop right in.
Let's do it.
We got 4 good idea, bad ideas. Let's do it.
I want listeners of the show to know that Scott just ventured into forbidden territory. Diego, our producer, is diligently working on the podcast, and Scott snuck over.
I snuck right over and hit that button. Diego's doing the Lord's work here and finishing up a press kit so we can send it out to all the executives at, Tower Records.
Exactly.
And people who would
listen to the show.
Let's see. Good idea, bad idea. Again, we get ads from people. People send them to us. Just interesting concepts, interesting ideas that we've gotten advertisements for, and we discuss if they're a good idea or a bad idea. What you got for us, Andre?
Let's go. So remind me if we've talked about this on the show before, because I couldn't quite remember, because that's how long I've been getting this ad. So this is noiseaware.io. Does this look familiar at all?
Let's see. Smart noise monitoring.
Protect your entire property inside and out. And essentially what it does is there are noise monitors that you install as a landlord to monitor parties, unruly guests, noise issues, false complaints about noise, damage, fines, whatever.
Interesting.
I'm fascinated by this because I think, having now lived in several apartments,
You deal with noise complaints?
so our neighbors next to us right now are so annoying about noise.
Like they are loud?
No, they are constantly accusing us of being loud.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like, and also in the middle of the day, like not too long ago, we were playing music at like 1 p.m. and it wasn't like bassy. It was literally, if I recall correctly, it was Be Our Guest from Beauty and the Beast. And they come over and they're like, you got to turn that off. We have kids. And it's like, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, what do you want from us? And I just think like what would be awesome is some sort of technology that definitively proves if your neighbors are being overly sensitive and need to get used to living in shared wall environments, or if you're actually being too loud.
This is a really interesting idea. So it basically, you put little devices and then just it goes to your smartphone?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think there's room for this. It seems like a lot of this is, if I owned properties, to use this as like a
definitely a landlord device.
Kind of feels less creepy than cameras and like.
I think I would just be into, as a renter, I almost see it as a value add to just have like clarity around the concept of noise, because I want to know if I'm being too loud, and I want to be able to help other people understand when we're not being too loud, and just like live in this peaceful environment of truth around noise.
Have you looked at the cost of this stuff?
No, I haven't. But I also don't know what would be reasonable.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, if you had to guess, so they have a single family home solution. So that's okay. So 1 year noise monitoring with indoor and outdoor sensors. So it looks like it's not just a device, it's monitoring.
Which ruins it.
Which does ruin it, honestly.
Just because it's like, I just want a device that says, is it too loud or is it not too loud? I don't need like monitoring like 24/7. We have somebody who's always watching your noise.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
This is what's annoying. So I have a canary, which is like a...
Yep. Which on its own is very affordable.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I don't want your monitoring.
It's like $5 a month. It's like, I'm never going to pay for that.
I know.
Especially when I can buy for $30 a freaking Waze camera or a Yi camera that does all the same stuff.
Yeah.
Doesn't charge anything. And they even have a little SD card for storage.
24/7 monitoring. If you're selling that as a product, you need to be concerned, because it's going to go away. Because first of all, technology itself is just getting better at doing the monitoring for you.
Right.
Like detecting motion, detecting certain events.
Totally.
You don't need 24/7 monitoring.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what's the cost?
It's $299 for 1 year, which is like
a full home.
Yeah, for full home. Or
why would you ever pay for this in your home, though?
Or $199 for an apartment. Well, if you were
a landlord.
A landlord, yeah.
In a home, it makes no sense to me to be like, yeah, we have first of all, if I'm renting a home, then I want the benefit of being able to throw a party. You know what I mean? So I don't want noise monitoring for my rented house at all.
Sure.
That's just annoying to me.
Well, yeah, I guess this is like, hey, I want to make sure that no one's throwing a party at my really nice house.
Yeah, if it was an Airbnb, then I get this, especially because Airbnbs constantly have this problem.
Yes. I think that's the idea.
Yeah, that makes more sense to me than if I was a landlord and I'm like renting the house and I'm like, yeah, but you can't be too loud in this house that you're renting.
So it's $200 for a year. So that means it's $300 or $200 a year, I guess.
Yeah. So if you're running a large property, though, I think that's pretty.
It's not that expensive, but it is one of those like, why?
What are you gonna do? You know?
Yeah, this is definitely one of those interesting like I can see why this exists. I'd never get it.
Yeah, I like the concept.
Yeah,
I wish that my landlord would buy it,
so you could just
I could rub it in my face and be like, "You guys are dumb."
Yeah, that is funny. Okay, I got one here for you. This I saw and I just laughed. So this is the humangotoys.com. And the product is called the Fiddle Phone.
Yeah, I've seen this.
So this looks like something you'd see in a toy store. And it is exactly what you think it is. It's a phone, but it's made of completely wood. And in the middle, almost like one of those big old school mice with like the ball. Anyway, it's meant to simulate the sensation of scrolling, I guess.
This is stupid.
It's $15. It's like, I guess if you really like that sensation, you can just like
scrolling.
hold this and just scroll. I think this reinforces bad behavior.
I think so too. I also don't find that motion satisfying at all.
No, I hate scrolling.
So I mean, they kind of bill it as a fidget toy almost, but this is not a satisfying fidget motion to just be like scrolling and scrolling and scrolling.
No, I hate scrolling.
Yeah. It says, yes, it's dumb, but your smartphone is also dumb. It's like, well, save your judgment, please.
Is that what that says? Oh
yeah,
my
that's
gosh.
what it says. Yes, it's dumb, but your smartphone is also dumb. I think this is not a good fidget toy.
The fact that they put that in the product description.
I know. This toy is dumb. You should not buy it.
But so is your phone. So, I mean, might as well. Hey, it's $15. Bad idea.
I think if you're a woodworker, this could be kind of a fun woodshop project.
I do think that
Because it's just wood.
I do think maybe I think we're maybe ready for another fidget toy. Because it was like the fidget cubes, right? Those were like a thing. And then the fidget spinner, of course, took over the world.
Yes.
And then it's been kind of under the radar for a while. And I wonder, kind of the pop cap, the back, the pop things that you could like pop up, those were kind of fidgety for a lot of people. And those kind of came and gone.
There's room for something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I'd be curious to see what the next thing is.
Yeah.
Because I think we're ready for it.
Well, I think if we could figure out what the next thing is, then we should buy 1 million on AliExpress right now.
Okay. You got another one here. She Birdie.
Yes. So I have two kind of like a little bit boring
She's Birdie
safety products.
She's Birdie.
It's She's Birdie, BIRDIE.com. And this
I hate that URL.
I don't like it either, but I didn't invent
She's Birdie.
I'm just bringing it to the show. Okay. And it's kind of just a really attractive personal safety alarm. So it's just like a little old plastic guy. You break it apart and it makes a really loud noise and flashes to feel safe at night. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So you crack it like a...
Well, so it's like it's a
glow stick?
You break the connection on the top because it's like a key ring.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And what attracted me to it is it says that if threatened, activate Birdie's loud 130 decibel siren and flashing strobe light to create a diversion. This alarm roars like a jet engine 100 feet overhead. I was like, wow, that's really loud.
Jeez.
So that's like bring it to the show.
So we're going to play it right now.
Yeah, I wish we were. $28. I think it's a fairly attractive safety alarm.
Sure. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on safety alarms? I mean, we live in a fairly safe environment, but I think that these are a good concept.
Sure. I'm trying to, I mean, obviously we're not the target demo for this.
No.
When I think about conception, it's like, okay, what are your options? Right. Yeah. So there's concealed carry, which is like not an option for a lot of people.
That's like the most extreme to carry a gun.
There's mace, which I think is like a pretty somewhat common, like a mace, like a little portable mace.
I think a lot of people have mace.
But that's also like you're now getting in a fight with someone by macing.
You've decided that you're going to have a confrontation.
Yes. This is like
there's a taser.
Yeah, there's a taser. Also kind of clunky.
Also, I think a taser is in that category of things that, like, what are the odds that you're going to use it correctly? Yeah. On your first, I mean, you're probably only going to use a taser maybe once in your life. Yeah. So you're not going to get a lot of practice on it.
Yeah. The thing that your
phone. It's kind of like you can hold the power switch on an iPhone now and it automatically alerts or whatever.
Sure. But that seems like
no, I think this is like
if you were like, I'm going to be in a dangerous part of town, I'm just going to clip this on for tonight just in case. The only thing I worry about is accidentally, like
that's just like a fun party trick.
Oh, that was so hilarious. Yeah, I think it's a fine idea. It's $28.
Yeah, I think if you're in the market for a new personal safety alarm, this is probably the most attractive design I can imagine. $20, She'sBirdie.com.
For peace of mind, like, sure, why not? Yeah.
If you don't want a taser, a gun, or mace, then I think a personal safety alarm is something you should buy.
It does. My mind is like the gears are turning. I feel like
there's room for something better.
There's room. I don't know what it is yet. I'll come to it, but I think there's room for something better. Okay, last one here. Neckology.co. I know you are a neck enthusiast, Andre. You got neck pillows.
Actually, my neck really hurts right now.
What about the neck hammock? The neck hammock.
Yeah. What of it?
Do you still use it?
Thing. Yeah. It's in my bathroom right now.
I'm just curious. Just want to do a product update there.
So for these that are new to the show, a very, very long time ago, I bought this little neck sling that you put over a door handle and you put your neck in it and it simulates like a special neck posture that is very relieving of the neck. I find it just kind of a meditative wailing on the floor.
So Neckology is a intelligent neck massager. Now, when you think neck massager, you kind of think a big Costco clunky thing. This looks relatively sexy.
It does.
It's white, looks kind of futuristic. And I don't really know exactly what the little point, the kind of the metal things do on the inside. It's not like a thing that like a shiatsu thing that like rotates around. It seems more like you put it on. It looks like headphones. Like imagine like over your headphones, but you just like put those by your neck. And then on the back has two kind of metal plates that I think have some sort of it may vibrate or something. But it says that instant pain relief in 2 minutes or within minutes, I guess.
Here's a customer testimonial. I started crying because I finally felt relief.
Look at that.
That sounds a little extreme to me.
Improves blood circulation. You know, it's like I'm like sometimes in on a website and then I get to the bottom and I see just a big list of reviews. And I'm like,
So it's $90. Just like 50% off from $180, the usual price, of course.
Of course.
I think it's an attractive neck massager, better looking than the kind of cheap ones you can get at Brookstone and stuff.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Brookstone when there was a Brookstone.
Oh, rest in peace,
I know,
Brookstone.
rest in peace. It seems like a fine site. It seems like a fine product.
If it was $49, I might take a swing at it.
Do you feel like you want a neck massage all the time?
I enjoy a good neck massage. Like my neck often hurts, especially I feel like I don't have a good pillow or like I feel like I sleep uncomfortably a lot with my neck because I never know quite where to put my head on the pillow.
Isn't it weird how there are things about life that you're just like, I still haven't figured that out?
Yeah.
Because I feel really similarly. I just recently bought new pillows and I was like, I don't really even know. I don't know what I want in a pillow. What makes me feel good? I don't even
know. Yeah. Sometimes I'll think maybe when I see, like, you'll see someone sleeping in like a commercial or something and they're like totally, their whole, it's like down half their back practically.
Yeah.
Everything. I'm like, should I be doing it? Should I be doing it that way?
Exactly.
Sometimes I find myself in the middle of the night and I'm on no pillow. I'm on nothing. I'm just holding a pillow. Anyway, it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm either not doing it wrong or I just don't have a great pillow. So sometimes I see stuff like this and I'm like, oh, maybe this is the right thing. It's like a nerve. It's got to be just be like an ab
I
shocker.
like the name too, Neckology. You think it shocks you?
Well, so it says electrical nerve stimulation.
No, I'm so out on that.
That's what it says.
I don't want any electrical pulses on my neck.
So I think it's warm and it's got I bet you like.
Nope. Way out on Neckology. The thought of first of all, the central nervous system, thieves, is a sensitive part of your body. You shouldn't be.
Let's just start zapping it.
Exactly. You shouldn't be doing anything like that.
I like the blue one. Anyway.
That's Neckology.
That's Neckology. Take a look at it if you're interested. If there are thieves out there who are willing to take a crack at it, I want to hear from you because I want to know if this is actually just cheap and chintzy or if it's like actually decent. All right, thieves. It is time for the big idea. Now, before we get into the big idea,
As you may have heard Scott whisper, first we need to talk about our sponsor,
Manscaped.
Manscaped.com.
As you heard at the front of the episode, probably the tail of the episode, Manscaped.com, they are sponsoring us right now, which is so great.
It is great.
They have the lawnmower. My buddy, Casey Dupree, actually, he was on the show.
Uh-huh.
He finally caught up and was like, you guys are sponsored by Manscaped? And
That's legit.
I was like, yeah. He's like, I had to pay full price for my...
What? Casey?
Well, like he got
That's what you get for not listening to the show.
Well, he got it a while ago, I think.
Fair enough.
But he was just like, that's awesome. Like,
So Casey, who paid full price without our 20% off or free shipping,
that's
but
right.
it's still 20.
Exactly.
Did he like it?
Yeah. He's like, that's
Exactly.
awesome. I love my...
So if you can pay full price,
He's thinking about buying a new one because his is like, it's old enough. Or he's like, maybe it's time to get it. Because I think he has like the first gen, like the lawnmower.
And the Lawnmower 3.0 has some notable perks like a ceramic blade, a light.
It's waterproof.
It's pretty awesome. Exactly.
I think it comes with a couple heads because I think he's a pretty hairy guy. I think he shaves his legs. He's got a big old beard.
Yeah.
So I think he's,
getting us some mileage on his lawnmower.
Yeah. So he's getting a lot more mileage than some of us who, don't have as much hair across their body.
Sorry, Scott.
Yeah, I know. But
testosterone. What can I say? Just kidding. But what you should do is use code STEEL20 at manscaped.com to get free shipping and 20% off any of their products.
And it helps out the show.
It does.
That helps. Like if you're like, maybe you don't want to be a Patreon supporter, which you should be because we have bonus episodes now. If you're not feeling that, but you're thinking maybe I should get my spouse or brother or father or boyfriend or whatever. It's a great gift.
It's a great
I know several people who are like, is that promo code still going? I'm going to get so-and-so a gift.
Yeah.
Or
It's a great opportunity to support the show and take care of a gift for yourself, a gift for somebody else.
your family jewels.
Yeah, exactly.
So
It's a really great opportunity.
Manscaped, thanks for sponsoring us. Check them out, thieves. All right, Andre.
There's only one idea better than the Lawnmower 3.0. And it's my big idea for the show today.
I love it. Do I need to get into Theater of the Mind or?
Here's the thing. You don't really need to go to the Mind Palace because this is such a real problem that we have every day.
Love that.
That going to the Mind Palace is pointless because you get this.
I'm here. I'm already experiencing this pain. I don't realize it yet.
So, Scott, we run a podcast.
We do.
Are you familiar with?
A hyper successful podcast.
Exactly. But what is, and I'm hoping that you can give me the right answer.
I love fishing for
I
an
know.
answer.
We love quizzes. If you could do one part of the Still This Idea marketing strategy better, which would it be?
Social media.
Yes. Perfect. Scott did that completely unprompted. Thieves, cheer in your cars, cheer wherever you're listening. Scott did very well.
It is the worst being like, I got to post this on all these different channels. And I know there's tools to make it somewhat easier, but like even that is a lot of work. I got to format stuff. I got to graphic design stuff. It's like the whole thing.
It's just like, I think for us specifically.
Diego just looked over. I mean, historically, Diego, before you.
But there are many shows that are much smaller than ours that don't have a producer.
Yep.
There are many businesses, like your local carpet cleaning company probably doesn't have a social media person.
Like Zero Res does. They're the big guys.
But there are lots of local businesses that have maybe one Facebook post that's several years old.
Yeah.
Right? They don't have a Twitter. They don't have an Instagram.
Yep.
And I think it's just like, what is so hard about that? And I look at our own podcast. Some of the problems for us is like, we are trying to make a podcast and social media is kind of like a big context switch for us.
Yes.
So to write, to go and sit down and like write a bunch of social media posts and like come up with interesting and engaging content is one, like not really our specialty, writing.
Yeah,
Facebook
it takes
posts.
time.
It takes time and it's just like writing and then context switching to Canva or to some like graphic design tool and making a graphic and a banner and like all these different formats. It's just a lot of work, right?
Yeah.
And I think, the vast majority of businesses are not going to hire an agency to manage their social media. That doesn't make sense to them. Are not going to hire a social media manager, which also doesn't make sense to them. So it's like ultimately you're leaving it to like your founders and owners.
Yeah.
Maybe a receptionist and you're like, can you just write Facebook posts? And it's like, that is not.
Right. It's like it ends up, like kick the can down to like some person, either hopefully they get an intern. It's like, I'd be a social media marketer or it end up being some random person just taking on the responsibility.
And similar to a lot of the ideas I brought to the podcast before, this is kind of like in similar vein to Night Owls, I would say.
Sure.
So for us, we have like a little bit of budget where we could potentially invest in some social media management. It's like, okay, now we got to go to Upwork or to our friend or whatever and figure out a contract that makes sense and then share with them like logins to all of our accounts. And then we got to meet with them and like talk about what our voice and vision and brand and strategy is. And like, that's almost more work than just doing it. Right?
Sure.
It's just, and then add an additional cost. So here's what I came up with. It's called Minipost.
Minipost.
What I'm calling it is social media microservices.
Okay.
For living between needing an agency or a social media manager, but not having the time or effort or skill or whatever to do it yourself. What Minipost is it's a portal where you can solicit certain services like write 10 tweets to promote our October sale and create a banner for our Facebook page and write 5 Facebook posts for community engagement. And gig-based writers and social media folks can put up their profile and you can quickly analyze their past work, samples of their tone and voice and what have you. And all the work lives in a portal where the social media manager shares work with you and you can edit, reject, and share immediately to all of your social profiles. It allows a contractor to log into a profile and basically just create content all day. Like they're just like picking up quick, write 10 tweets for my brand, create 3 banners for my brand.
And they're not actually logging into my Twitter.
No, it's all in a portal. Like you're on one site all the time. And I think a really great developer or great partnership, you could even create like graphical assets on the site that are editable and things like that. And then you as the owner are just like clicking like share to Twitter, share to Facebook, share to wherever.
I'm logged in, so I can just boom.
So you're not like managing credential pass-offs. You're not getting like 2 in the hole with one specific person. You're just like putting it out there.
Yeah.
Create 10 tweets, selecting a freelancer, And then as a freelancer, you're just like in this portal all day, picking out like quick, write 10 tweets, make 3 banners, write 5 Facebook posts.
And then is it like just micro, the like small payments for this, like
exactly.
a couple bucks?
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know what somebody that's more active in social media contracting can probably get to what is the cost of writing 10 tweets, but it's probably fairly nominal, right?
I'm trying to think what I would pay. Like I pay somebody $1.
Yeah.
Would I pay somebody $5? It's like
probably not, but something low. And the trade-off is that they can do a high volume of services because they're just like churning out content.
Well, and a lot of the stuff ends up being samey, right? So I could probably write 10 tweets for 10 templated tweets for 10 different podcasts.
Exactly.
And someone's like, hey, I need 10 tweets for this month.
And then like you're getting into, and then as a freelancer, you're building up this really strong profile of content that you've written for podcasts. So when you apply for these podcast gigs, you're getting them really quick.
Yeah.
And then like I even picture as a business, you're going in and creating your profile. So you're adding like your design assets.
Like here's our colors and
and here's our template boilerplate copy. Here's a couple of like offers we have going on right now.
Links, here are ads,
coupons, and all these different things. And then on the right side of the screen, so picture like a divided portal. As a freelancer, on the right side of the screen, you have all the information about the business, and then all the different kinds of social posts that they want. You're writing them all out. You're visualizing and seeing what there is about the business that you can work with.
Yeah.
You're hitting finish and then moving right on to the next one. It's just like really quick, really just effortless humming. Exactly. And that way you can do just so much that the cost per item can be a little bit lower.
Yeah, man.
And then as a business, you're just like, I want 10 tweets. You get 10 tweets. And then, one thing we've struggled with is we look at these social media planning, tools, of which there are many where you can just like calendar out a whole month, but you're still stuck writing about a bunch of content.
Right. And that's really where we get stuck. It's like, we got to like
what would
block
be
off
awesome
time.
Is if in this portal, you could like so somebody writes 10 tweets and you're like dragging them just onto a calendar.
That would be awesome.
Scheduling them all out. And I think like the technology exists already because we've seen these social media planning tools, but it's like, let's layer on top of that a marketplace of social media freelancers.
Totally.
And then I think you really have something really cool.
Yeah, that would be, I'm picturing even somebody mobilely, right? Almost like a Tinder card type of situation where I'm just like 10 tweets, swipe, okay, I need a Facebook post. Oh, go check out Go Steal This Idea, or check out whatever barber, like they're the best haircuts in town. Like I love this, blah, blah, blah. And
like picture this is like you're a successful social media manager. You're on the train to work. Yeah. You're like, let's make some lunch money, right? Like let's make
for real though,
quick dollars. And that's like going to be my lunch money today. And it doesn't have to be your full-time thing, but especially if it could be optimized for mobile, which I think it totally could be, because that's like where you're writing tweets anyway.
Right. Yeah. And I really like the idea of low volume where it's like, okay, so if we said, all right, we need across all of so we're going to have 4 episodes this month, about 10 tweets, at least 4 Instagram posts, maybe a few more, at least 4 Facebook posts. And if I said, all right, for each of those things, it's like $2 each. Yeah. Right. So for me, my investment is $10 a month, which is low. Yeah. Right. And I'm getting a bunch of like varied content. And for this person who's like, I can knock that out on the train, I just got $10 in the hour, just like churning through that stuff. Perfect. Yeah.
And that's like a great use case for like the experienced person that can really quickly put together great like small content. And it's really for small businesses, right? It's not for big brands. They're going to have somebody that does all this all day, every day. It's for people that don't have access to this anyway. So there's that person who is like, I'm going to write these on the train on my way to my marketing gig. Yeah. But I think there's also probably a lot of room for, honestly, like 17-year-olds that manage
for real
Instagrams that are just like in the same boat. They're like, I just want to make some like lunch money. I'm trying to
get rich off this.
Exactly. I'm trying to build a little bit of a social media portfolio.
It's like doing Uber on the side. It's like, I'm not trying to make a career. Exactly. Some people are, but for some people, it's like, I just want to make
But some of those people are also like really talented at social media, right? And like
that's their world.
The kind of like Reddit meme maker that's like, I'm pretty funny. I can put together some funny images. Like, what if I did that for a couple businesses to just make some money on the side?
Make some memes that are like somewhat relevant to my brand.
Yeah. And then also,
would you extend it to TikTok, like videos?
Like they're going to make the video? Yeah. You'd have to pay more, right?
Sure.
Just because it's like, that's like more involved. But yeah, like it could be anything. It could be YouTube ads. It could be Twitter. It could be Facebook. It could be, it could be anything.
I like the idea.
It could be website copy. It could be landing pages, emails.
I like the idea of having kind of a tipping mechanism where basically if they produce any bit of content that has like a really interesting spike of volume, there's like a little cash.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this one did really well. I can like tip you for that tweet.
Yeah. I would love that built in too, though. Where it's like, this is a $5 base, but then because the platform is integrated and it can see how much like share and like you get.
If it happens across a certain threshold,
then actually
like
we have
get a
an
little
automated
bonus.
tip that you're just going to get automatically if it does well.
So like incentivize them to not just like half-ass everything.
Yeah. But also you just wouldn't post it. Like you wouldn't accept, like first of all, you'd be like, well, that sucked, but it was $10. And then second of all, you just don't post it. And that's why I like giving the power back to the owner.
I guess what I'm saying is there are some stuff where it's like, I don't really know how lame it is, or if it's the same tweet as 10 other podcasts, it's like, I don't really know.
But also like better that than...
It is better that than nothing.
Yeah.
But if somebody is like, hey, you know what, I'm going to actually think, I want to make this really clever or funny specifically for this brand because there is money on the line. There's like this other bonus on the line. If I can get more engagement.
The better I get at this, the better I get at like writing these quick, snappy Facebook posts, the more money I'm making.
So then the last question, of course, is it seems like if, with such a low margin of like exchanging, paying for things, it seems like
I would love if it could. So typically in gig economy, in Upwork,
they're taking a percent. They're taking
a percent. But I think
you might be able to get around it if you just have a business platform.
Yeah.
And like it's like an annual or something like.
It's like $50 a month and all of that's 100% to the platform.
Yeah.
And then on the actual transaction, you don't take a cut. It's just like processing fees, right?
Exactly.
I think that could really work. Because you're right, which is like on $10, it's like if you take 30%, then that really blows, right?
Yeah.
But if it's a platform fee to get access to this marketplace and to get access to the portal and all of the social media tools that you built in, because again, like one thing you struggle with these marketplaces is like, what if they just go outside of your marketplace and then you get nothing?
Yeah.
But I think because there's so much technology built in, like the scheduling that I'm talking about, the side-by-side ability to like just quickly do this work, you're going to keep people in your marketplace. And then also because I'm talking such like small, medium business, they're going to prefer to just be in your marketplace anyway.
Yeah.
So I think that platform fee is a really good way to keep everybody.
It would
happy.
have to be low enough though, because if you get too expensive,
then it's like, why don't I just
hire? Like
that's what I'm saying. Like $50 a month, that's like significantly cheaper than. Right? That seems like in the market for small, medium business software purchases.
Sure. And maybe actually what you probably do is you have tiers that give you access to two different, so it's like, hey, you can pay $10 a month and all you're getting is Twitter and that's it.
Yeah. Or it's like you can only get 3
certain amount of bids or whatever. Yeah. Because I think there is like for us to pay $50 a month, it's like $50 a month plus on top of that.
See, I would pay that in a heartbeat. If I could pay $50 a month and then
another $10 to $15 a month.
Yeah.
So like 60
to have social media just like taken care of, that would be awesome. I think that sounds great.
$65 a month.
Manscaped. Come on.
Manscaped.
Come on. If that sponsorship works out. I think you're right. It's not cheap.
Like you'd have to dial in that thing. But even if there was like I think for a business, easy. It's like a no-brainer for a business.
But for individual content creators,
like I wonder,
a little bit different.
Yeah, you'd have to figure out, and maybe it's a volume play, right? Like if you're a business, you're posting every day, and your reach, and I don't know. I think you could kind of tool that around. That would be the one thing you'd want to figure out.
The other tough thing about like a podcast is there's no ROI really.
Right.
Like the ROI is in the long term.
It's like more listeners, hopefully.
Which like more listeners, and then we can use more listeners to get better sponsorships.
But that's all podcast advertising, right?
But for a business, it's like they could potentially see nearer term
click-throughs and
like actual conversions on their site.
Yeah, that's true.
So they have, but you're right, which is part of this is that I want it to be for
us,
people like us.
Yeah.
So there may need to be some tooling around with the pricing to make it reasonable.
We're like a nonprofit, basically.
Exactly. Honestly, basically.
That's a good idea, Andre.
Minipost.
Yeah, Minipost. I'm into that.
Thanks. I think it's a good idea. This was a stroke of genius on the car ride down here.
Love that.
Before this, Scott and I were talking about mega ski ball.
Which I still think is a good idea.
Scott just gave me the grimace like he was planning to talk about mega ski ball next week.
Well, here's the thing. I think so this is the scenario I'm in. We're going on a double date on
complete context switch. We're done with Minipost thieves.
We're done with
That's a good
Minipost.
idea. If you like it, send us an idea. Send us a email, idea@ghostofthecity.com. Find us on all of our social media.
Yeah, tweet at us or Facebook us or Instagram us and just like shoot us a message.
You can find all that at GoStillThisIdea.com.
Yeah, and just let us know, like, I think this is a good idea.
But anyway,
well,
Scott says, if we're going to double date, let's talk Mega Ski Ball.
Well, no. So my problem is we're like, hey, we're going to double date. They're a cool couple. We're a cool couple. And it's like, what should we do? And we are like,
we're bowled out.
It's just like, it's like, I don't want to go to a movie. And when we like really just try and rack our brains like what the freak we should do on this double date away from our kids, it's like, it's harder than it should be to come up with something that we like want to go do.
It is. We talked about this a lot on the podcast.
It's annoying to me. And so I pitched Andre, I was like, what about Mega Ski Ball?
Which I do love.
So Ski Ball is cool on its own, but imagine a bowling alley size, but instead of pins at the end, it's just a huge, it's like 10 lanes of Ski Ball, but like big.
Yeah.
And you're just like hucking.
And I like the idea of like, there's like a black light and like neon lights, like a confetti cannon that shoots out when you hit the highest value.
Do you think Mega Pinball would work?
I think it could work, yeah.
So take that same concept and like, so you walk up and you have instead of the two bumpers.
Wouldn't that be cool if it was like huge? If it was like really big pinball, basically.
So you walk up and basically there's a podium with the two clicker buttons on either side, and you're taking turns, right? So it's like I pull back the ball, it shoots up, and I'm like,
that would be awesome. Somebody should figure that out.
Somebody should figure out
Mega Pinball.
Mega Pinball would be
that like takes up a whole wall basically, and it's as huge and like it goes in the thing and lights come up,
and it's like a dance party.
Yeah, because I do love pinball. I think pinball is so freaking fun.
I do love pinball,
and
if I can afford it,
seeing the intricate details of pinball is a little bit. Do you find this also
fascinating?
Well, like so pinball. What's hard about it to me is it's just so busy and it's such a small space.
Yeah.
It's like what is even going on half the time?
Sure.
So having it in like a macro scale would be pretty cool.
Totally. And I think there's more stuff you could get, like you could do interesting things where you're like confetti shooting out and, lasers and stuff.
Love it.
Mega Pinball.
Mega Pinball.
There's something
That's a good
there.
idea.
Andre, before we wrap up the episode, we got a full mailbag. I want to go over a couple different.
Let's do it.
Couple different things here. So first and foremost, I got to let you know, they wish to remain anonymous.
Oh no!
They called me up and they said, "Your friend Andre, he's dead wrong about the fruit cup.
Oh my gosh!
About Canopy Cup. That thing would."
They wish to remain anonymous. Do I know who they are?
No, you don't.
Okay, well then, whatever.
But one of them is from Mexico and the other one is from California. And
okay, so two of Scott's coworkers.
No, they're
yes, definitely.
It is not my coworkers.
Okay.
And they just wanted to let you know.
I'm just saying, you happen to have two coworkers, one from Mexico.
That is actually
one
funny.
From California.
No, she's from Mexico City.
Okay.
Not from
whatever. Anyway, Canopy Cup is definitively a bad idea.
No.
Many people have reached out to me and said I would not pay $5 for it.
I had two.
I have hundreds of friends that reached out to me and they agreed with me.
I had two people unprovoked say, I think Canopy Cup. I totally would get that. Anyway.
Yeah, I've had thousands.
It's clearly a divisive
Diego
topic.
wants to say something. I went to see my mom. He went to see his mom, and without saying anything, she got some fruit out of the fridge. That's different though. That's exactly why Canopy Cup is a bad idea. So Diego's saying that his mom chopped fruit up and gave it to him. Totally. I completely agree that people like to eat fruit. What I disagree with is that you're going to drive through somewhere to get a 12-ounce cup of fruit.
Absolutely would drive through.
Anyway, so two people said Canopy Cup is a good idea.
And then
read the text that made me cry.
So Brian McFadden reached out. He's been listening. He's been catching up. He said, I finally caught up to every episode. I was listening to Fajita Bonita while working out with a trainer. When you and Andre were debating over the fruit cup idea, you called him a psychopath, and I started laughing so hard I fell off and hit my trainer. And then he called you a freak, and I just had to stop for a second, which is great. That's the
we love to hear that.
That's the best feedback.
We try to be funny when we can.
We do try to be funny. Two people reached out on Facebook. So one is Rosalie Cross. So she said, "Hey guys, found your podcast. I have an answer for the lady who needed a solution finding books and DVDs. Did you?
I think you sent this to me.
So Duck Brand Tape, they sell labels and has an app that helps you locate items.
That sounds awesome. I want to look into that because that sounds good just for everything in my house.
Yeah, right. So it's designed to help people
even so there was an idea on the podcast that I brought a long time, well, not that long ago. It was a closet idea, a closet organizer idea.
Oh, yeah.
You could also use that for this.
Totally. She says the other method is to steal the library music collection method. Sort by genre of music, rock, pop, jazz, and then alphabetically within each genre. Sort using pop out card separators.
Yeah.
You know,
That is also good. But I mean, there's probably a market. If on Amazon, I could go and buy genre separator cards that were like attractive and they poked out at like the standard shelf width.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That would be cool too.
That would be cool.
That's an interesting like Etsy business
Yeah.
where you sell like really pretty cards that insert into your bookshelves
To organize
and
them better.
say like A through Z or
Totally.
pop, whatever, or action, romance, comedy.
Yeah. It's not a bad idea.
That is a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. For you Etsy people.
That's what we do on this podcast.
That's
if
what we
you're new,
do, baby.
is we just come up with stuff on the fly.
On the fly, baby. That's a free one.
Yep.
Also, I want to give a shout out to Andrea Miata, who
We
is...
love Andrea.
Andrea is just... She's the same.
She's a gem.
Yeah. If Andrea had something to plug, if she was like running some...
We would share it every single episode.
we probably would. She just reached out and said...
Andrea, start that Etsy business and we will plug it on the podcast.
She's a listener from Japan. She just gave us lots of compliments on how we have just a great back and forth. And she's tried other podcasts, but they're not the same. Andrea, we agree. You know, we're one of a kind here at Steal This Idea podcast. And then finally, Rigor. So Rigor is someone on Twitter, actually. Rigor Ideas, at Rigor Ideas. So they're an Oregon-based support group for innovators. Rigor stands for Random Idea Generator.
Kind of like what we do here.
In Oregon.
Yep.
So Random Idea Generator in Oregon. So they share ideas and stuff. They have interacted with a couple of our tweets. They had an idea. So for Halloween, for example, they said a direct-to-consumer Halloween candy delivery service paired with real-time content. So it's an assortment of candy that's delivered to a home in advance. And then celebrities like Jimmy Fallon could answer the door live and share their Halloween celebration.
Would be also great for
An interesting idea.
the pandemic environment.
Yeah.
It would be cool if right now you could go to the grocery store or order online like a big box of candy that was like compartmentalized and separated and kind of like a display that you could put on your porch.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
A marquee, maybe.
A marquee, yes.
Then he also tagged us in a service called Citizen, which keeps you safe and informed. He said it's kind of like
Sky Rangers.
Sky Rangers.
A drone kind of citizen help
Yeah.
idea that Scott had maybe 4 or 5 episodes ago.
Yeah, this actually seems to be more like what we talked about with people on their phones. I think this is that, where it's like,
Exactly.
hey, this is what's happening here. It's like some guy
Being a citizen,
and like letting people know there's fires
there's
here.
crime or whatever.
So interesting. Rigor, check him out on Twitter. Give him a
good.
follow.
Yep.
We'll put him in the show notes. I think that's going to do
I think
it.
that's it. This was a good episode. I'm glad that you liked my idea.
I did.
Minipost.
Yeah, Minipost is solid.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I was like, maybe I'll just tear into Andre's idea because he hates
Well,
my
especially
fruit
because
company.
I hit you up earlier today and I was like, I don't really know what I'm going to talk about.
Right.
We had the skee ball idea, but I pulled it together.
I'm just
at
a
the
good.
last minute.
I'm just a good cop, though. I just have to accept that role that I'm
I know.
generally the
But
good
also
cop.
my ideas are also really
Also,
always pretty good.
You got pretty good ideas. Thieves, you know how to reach us. We want to hear from you. Please reach out. Send us idea at ghostidea.com or reach us out on any of the socials. We love you. We appreciate you. And we will catch you in the next one.
Bye. And remember, thieves, get 20% off and free shipping with the code STEEL20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use the code STEEL20.
Do it.
Use Scipio, the #1 engagement tool for sales teams that want more responses, appointments, and conversations. Message your leads and customers where they are on their phone. I'm not talking about phone calls. We're talking about true one-to-one texting. Use the code STEEL at Scipio.com for 2 free licenses. Use the code STEEL at Scipio.com for 2 free licenses. See you later, thieves.